Hey guys, Will here, back with another Warhammer 40k battle report. Today, Sam's Ravenguard, fresh from their victory against the Salamanders, will be taking on my Eldar, backed up by my new Dark Eldar allied detachment. Once again, it's going to be a 1750 point Maelstrom of War mission. We've not rolled what mission that's going to be yet, and should be interesting to see how the Ravenguard, who smooshed the Salamanders in the last game, can get on against a potentially stronger list. Both sides doing some tricks and tactics to try and outdo the other, but ultimately, who will be victorious? Let's take a look at the lists. So here's Sam's Ravenguard using the rules that are in Montcar and also in Angels of Death as a reprint. He's got a demi company backed up by a Ravenhawk assault, by a Raptor wing and a Shadow Strike kill team to form a full formation. So down here we've got his captain. He's got Artificer armour, lightning claws, which are swift strike and murder, the Ravenguard special ones, and he's also got the Raven's Fury jump pack and a melter bomb. Then we've got 4 tactical squads. Four squads in drop pods. The first 3 are tacticals. These guys have got grav gun and combi grav, and these 2 have melter guns and combi melters. And then a Devastator squad with 2 grav cannons. So they'll all be coming down in the drop pods, and that forms the bulk of his demi company, which is rounded off with this 10-man Assault Marine squad with 2 flamers. He's then got his Raptor wing, 2 Storm Talon gunships. Both of them are packing Skyhammer missiles and assault cannons, and a pair of land speeders with heavy bolters and assault cannons. Then to finish off the army, he's got his Shadow Strike kill team. Now these guys are lethal. The Vanguard veterans in this can assault off the deep strike. They can choose at the start of any turn they're in reserve whether they come in or not, and they can not scatter if they come in within 9 inches of 2 of the scout squads. Although, to be honest, what he actually does with them is bring them down within 6 inches of the drop pod's locator beacons. So a nasty pair of squads there, and they're both packing twin lightning claws across the unit. The models for these are the gorgeous Dark Fury models from Forge World's Horus Heresy line as well, so very nice models there. And rounding out that formation is 2 squads of 5 scouts, both with sniper rifles. So a good solid list there. It's a lot of stuff that stays in reserves or has little movement shenanigans, and a very strong list from what I've seen. So yeah, let's see what the Eldar are bringing to face it. And here's my 1750 point Eldar war host. Leading them, we've got a Farseer at the head of a combined arms detachment. He's got the Spirit Stone of Anathlan and a Singing Spear. I've then got 3 squads of jet bikes. First 3 have shuriken cannons, and then the other 2 squads of 3 have scatter lasers. Rounding out my combined arms detachment, I have a unit of Wraithguard with Wraith cannons, and that is a Spirit Seer converted from a Warlock, with no other upgrades, just basic bare bones. Then I've got an Aspect Host, 2 units of 10 Dire Avengers. Both of them have Exarchs with Shimmer Shields, and they're riding in a pair of Wave Serpents. One's got Shuriken Cannon, Twin Link Shuriken Cannon, and the other one's Shuriken Cannon and Twin Link Bright Lance. Then I brought some Dark Eldar allies along with me today. I've got an Archon. You may have seen her recently in one of my Conversion Corner videos. She's going to have a Webway Portal, the Armour of Misery, and an Agonizer. And got a 5-man Cabalite squad, no upgrades. A Venom with 2 Splinter Cannons, and a Ravager with 3 Bright Lances. So yeah, an interesting army there. Got a mix of things, and I've got some little shenanigans planned with that Webway Portal. But yeah, let's go on and see how the army's deployed. So we're playing Cloak and Shadow, very apt for a Ravenguard versus Eldar battle. So it's 3 objectives every turn and secret objectives. It's end-to-end hammer and anvil deployment, and Ravenguard won the roll-off to set up first. So he's got his assault squad here with his captain just on the edge of this building. Behind there is a pair of land speeders, and up in that building is a scout squad. Got another scout squad infiltrated behind this building, looking to maximise the objectives from his half of the table. Eldar, fearing the Alpha Strike a little bit, clustered up. We've got the Dark Reapers in the building holding the objective. First unit of Dire Avengers forward, second one off to the flank. Behind this one in the building, we've got the Farseers squad, and then a second squad of jet bikes behind them. Third squad of jet bikes set up on the flank, and then the Venom has set up here with just the 5-man Cabalite squad in it. And then we've got the Ravager looking to get a little bit of cover there, but I was a little sparse for cover in this half. Sam won all the roll-offs at the start there. So yeah, things are already looking tight, but I know it's a good list. It's had some success before, although the Dark Eldar are completely new as an addition. So it'll be interesting to see how they play. Psychic powers wise, my Farseer rolled up Doom, Guide, Executioner and Mind War, and then my Spirit Seer has the Primaris from the Eldar Warlock lore, so that's Conceal Reveal, and then he's also got Psychic Shriek. Incidentally, the Spirit Seer, the Archon and the Wraithguard are all in reserves as a single unit coming in through the Webway portal, and everything else is either starting in transports or on the board. But let's see if the Eldar can get a seize here. No C's, Ravenguard turn 1. Watch for this Alpha Strike. So, start of turn 1, Ravenguard rolled up 2 Storm Talons from reserves, who proceeded to shoot forward along with the land speeders, and went for my Dark Reapers. Now, I was in cover, we had night fighting, and I went to ground. And I failed 6 out of 10, 2 up armour saves, or cover saves. So yeah, Dire Avengers just Dark Reapers just blasted off the board straight from the get-go. Also had these 2 drop pods come down over here. This tactical squad shot at the Ravager, and despite jinking, they wrecked it. Nice and easy, exploded, and actually the explosion did a hull point to the Venom that then got dackered to death by these guys. So luckily it was only a wreck, not an explosion, so these guys are out and ready to rumble, past their pinning check. And then the second Storm Talon that was yet to fire, because it was the first one alone managed to kill the Dark Reapers. Second one shot for the Farseer's jet bike unit, and I kept failing 3 up cover saves. And yeah, all the jet bikes wiped out. The Farseer took a wound and ran away. So a really good first turn for the Dark Eldar, the Ravenguard there. Absolutely smashed me with their Alpha Strike. Sam, what objectives did you get? Because I can't remember now.
What did I get?
You got First Blood, obviously.
Assassinate and Mark 2.
Assassinate and Marker 2. So 3-0 up before I've even had a chance to move. Onto onto Eldar, turn 1. So this turn, Eldar really needed to recover from that and deal with those Vanguard vets. Luckily, the Dire Avengers were able to do just that. Fired big time into them and didn't quite wipe them out, unfortunately. Left one guy alive. This Wave Serpent had to swivel his turret around to deal with that. Wanted to clear out all these tactical marines, and also I had an objective that needed me to kill that flyer. So, Wave Serpent had a shot at that. I tried to guide it in the psychic phase, but actually failed guide. And then my Farseer actually had a terrible psychic phase. I rolled, what did I try? I tried to doom the Vanguard vets, which I only got off on 2 dice, despite using 5 in a reroll. Sam then dispelled on 4 6s from 5 dice. Cheeky
It was pretty mental.
And then I tried to do Executioner on them, but they passed all their saves. So uneventful psychic phase. The Farseer's unit tried to take out that tactical squad, and did like 1 wound, and then the Cabalites killed another couple. But yeah, tried to shoot down the flyer with the Wave Serpent, popped off my Serpent shields because the Dire Avengers had already disembarked, and yeah, didn't manage to even get a hit on it, so big pain in the butt there, didn't even make it jink. And over here, these jet bikes tried to shoot these guys, but only killed a couple. All in all, my shooting wasn't as devastating as it could have been, but I did score Skyborne Assault, which is kill something with a grav tank or jet bike. Was the Wave Serpent over there, finishing off the Vanguards. So, not a great first turn. I'm discarding Secure Objective 1 because it's right over there behind the Manufactorum ruins. And as we head into the second Ravenguard turn, I believe, Sam, you've got some reserves to roll for.
Yeah, actually have some to roll for now.
Let's see what you got.
I've got Devastators in a pod. No. And Grav in a pod. Yep.
Okay,
that's
so
it.
another drop pod coming in. Ravenguard, turn 2. Ravenguard, turn 2. Third drop pod comes down, and out comes the tactical squad, who managed to grav the bikes to death. Basically, I had good 4+ cover saves and failed them all. The dice seem to have turned against me in this game, but, you know, still could be fun to see what goes down. The other 2 tactical squads fired into the Cabalites, and as you can see, they're gone as well. Flyers, this one swung to this side and had a shot at the Wave Serpent, didn't do anything. The other one didn't have a target on, so it flew off the board. And the land speeders backed up back into here and tried to shoot the Dire Avengers and did nothing. Didn't kill any of them, had actually good luck with my saves there. This drop pod, however, did manage to kill one because, yeah, drop pod's apparently better at shooting than a land speeder. And second unit of Vanguard came down, locked in on that drop pod's locator beacon and charged the Farseer. Farseer did actually beat the Sergeant and kill him in a challenge, but the squad just murdered the unit, and yeah, there's no jet bikes left on the board now. This is a very sad day for the Eldar. And then the assault squad charged into that Wave Serpent, did a whole point to it and left it stunned, but the squad inside are fine. They passed the leadership test with a reroll. So points wise, this turn Sam has scored secure objective 4 because their objective secured. He's also scored Witch Hunter for killing a Farseer, Slay the Warlord for killing a Farseer, and Hungry for Glory for issuing a challenge. So yeah, Ravenguard are really running away with this again, but I've got my reserves to come on now. So this is the whole blob of them. It's a 6. So in comes the Archon, the Spirit Seer, and the Wraithguard. Okay, so my reserves come down. The Spirit Seer, the Archon, and the Wraithguard. And my trick here was hoping to use the Archon's Armour of Misery to buff the effectiveness of the Spirit Seer's Psychic Power, Psychic Shriek, and wipe out the Assault Marines. And while at this point it looks like I've done it, it really didn't go very well. I got the power off on just 1 dice, despite having 4 dice to throw at it. And it was Lucky Dispel there for Sam, so that didn't go off. And so then I had to deal with the Assault Marines in my shooting phase. That took the power of the Wraithguard, the Wave Serpent, and these guys here, the Dire Avengers. And I brought it down to just 1 wound left on the Captain, but he passed his leadership test, so he's still a threat at this point. If I'd got the Psychic Shriek off, I could have probably killed them without having to involve the Dire Avengers, who could have then taken out this tactical squad that are still worrying me. Over here, this squad of Dire Avengers had better luck, wiped out the second Vanguard unit. So it's 2 Vanguard units that squad's killed now, so good work there. And this Wave Serpent moved up and took down one of the land speeders. However, objectives-wise, I scored absolutely nothing. The only objective I had was in a really weird place, Domination, which I wasn't in a position to do, and that one there, which you can see on the screen now, because I'm not telling Sam what I've got. But yeah, so I've only got a single point so far, but you know, Slay the Warlord looks like it could happen soon, but the Ravenguard are racking up their points. This is a very solid list he's got here, and let's see what it can do to me on turn 3. So start a Ravenguard turn 3, another drop pod comes down. This one's got the Grav Cannon Devastators in, and then them, along with the Storm Talon and the Land Speeder, all proceeded to fire on the Wraithguard. He's killed off the Spirit Seer and 4 of the Wraithguard, leaving me with just an Archon on 1 wound and a single Wraithguard. They're fearless, so they do hold, but ouch, that was a lot of fire. Then all 4 drop pods and all 3 tactical squads fired at the, what are they called, Dire Avengers, and killed all bar the Exarch. Then in the assault phase, the Captain charged into the Wave Serpent, blew it up with his melter bomb, and that explosion subsequently killed one of the Devastators, one of the Tactical Marines, and the Exarch from the Dire Avengers, who was on 1 wound left. So big old explosion there, done a lot of damage. other than that, yeah, that was basically it. They just he just focused on those units and just made a whole mess of them. Scouts charged at the what's that, Wave Serpent, but didn't do any damage because they are scouts and suck. But points wise, he's got no prisoners for D3 for killing 3 units. The Spirit Seer, the Wave Serpent, and the Dire Avengers. Behind enemy lines for 3 with these 3 drop pods. And Blood and Guts for killing a unit in combat, specifically the Wave Serpent, despite it not actually having any blood. It's 2d3s come up with 2 points each. So not bad at all. Ravenguard are really rocking ahead again. But let's see if we can stage an Eldar comeback as we go into turn 3. So with the Eldar rapidly running out of models, it was quite a short turn there. I moved the Archon and the Wraithguard down to take on the Devastators. Killed one with shooting from the Wraith Cannon, and the Archon, despite having a bunch of, got 5 hits and then only did 1 wound with his Agonizer, so that's pretty poor for a weapon that hits on a 4+. But, you know, that's 1 dead. They tried to flee, but we caught them. Wave Serpent hopped up onto the building and shot the Captain. Bright Lance did a wound, which was saved, but then the Shuriken Cannon finished him off nicely. So that's Warlord at least, and Secure Objective 5 as well. Those scouts are just out of range. And down here, the Dire Avengers. 1 and 2 for their move through cover, so just shuffled a bit, and then 1 for their battle focus. Okay, I can re-roll that. They flee. Oh, it's another 1. Great, they're stuck there. Managed to get a couple of shots on the Tactical Marines behind here, but only killed 1. So all in all, not a great turn for the Eldar, but I did secure Objective 5 and get Slay the Warlord, which has given me some points. But yeah, I think Sam's got me here, but we're going to play it out as we head into Ravenguard turn 4. Okay, Ravenguard turn 4 was swift and effective. Storm Talon came back on and the other one switched to hover mode, and the Land Speeder marked up the Wave Serpent as their target with their formation bonus. First one opened up and absolutely wrecked it. Rear armour meant I couldn't use Serpent Shields, and I was kind of relying on my Holo Field to live so I could do something next turn and not have to jink, but it didn't work and there's no more Wave Serpent. Over here in the combat, the Archon managed to fail to wound despite getting a good number of hits. The Agonizer is supposed to make you wound, Mr. Archon, or Miss Archon. So maybe it's because I've been calling him a he and it's actually a she, I don't know. The Wraithguard didn't do anything. The Archon's now dead from the Marines' return attacks, but we held through Fearless. And then the tactical squads and drop pods all fired on the Dire Avengers and killed about half of them. But yeah, my dog's just decided to walk into the room. Hello, Pebbles. That really is the end of the game. He scored another 2 points there. He's on something like 14, 15 points.
Yeah, 14.
14. I've got 2 and I have 5 models left on the board. So, good game. The Ravenguard are really...
Yeah, they're... Yes, it turns out this is pretty brutal as a list.
Yeah, I'd say I'm liking this list. It's fluffy because, you know, it's all the Ravenguard formations and scouts and assault marines and all of that, and it's also really deadly. It's made a mess of my Salamanders and then made a mess of my Eldar.
Beating them both 14-2.
Now, this game he did have some good dice luck, but I don't think that accounts for the whole victory margin.
I don't think it was good dice luck on my part. It was poor dice luck in your part for like the first 2 turns, and then it sort of averaged out.
Yeah, the dice somewhat deserted me, but hey, these things happen. We play a game with dice. It's still good fun to see the Ravenguard deploy so effectively, and yeah, did have just about the opportunity to try out some of my new Dark Eldar units before they all died. Definitely have to give them another run out sometime. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and join me again soon for more battle reports. Bye.